Well, I just finished up the biggest batch of heat treat that I've ever done, and I thought I'd make a quick video going over a few things that help me get all these ready for heat treat. Just maybe a few things that are gonna help you guys, save you some time, and at the end of the video, I've got a giveaway. So stick around for that. Let's get into it. So here is what I just wrapped up. Bunch of heat treating. These are all ready for temper. You can see these are all stainless, Magna Cut, a couple of these really big two-handed cleavers that I'm really liking. Geez, I can't even show them, they're so big. And the only other high carbon steel is this Dark My Muck. So after going through this whole big batch of heat treat and processing all of these blanks, I thought I'd make a video explaining to you guys why I choose to go with either the water jet or angle grinder or the portable bandsaw for cutting out blanks, and kind of the pros and cons of each one of those things. And maybe it'll help you guys a little bit. And I also am looking forward to hearing your feedback on why you guys choose to go a certain route, maybe over another one. So the first, kind of the most efficient way in my eyes, is water jet. Now there's a bunch of companies out there that do it, and they make it to where it's super simple and easy for everybody to do it. A lot of times you can send them a really rough sketch and they will put it in CAD and cut it for you. So for example, this one here is straight from the water jet, except for I did remount these holes. A lot of times if you want 1/4-inch pins, they undercut it just a smidge, and then you have to bore them out to your right size. Same with like this sharpening choil. It comes pretty shallow. You have to file that out. But at the end of the day, you have a blank ready to rock and roll for a very affordable price. You kind of have to do the math yourself and figure by the time you buy the piece of steel and then you take the time to cut it out, profile it, drill the holes, all that stuff. What do you have invested in it? And is it a design that you make multiples of? Like for me, for example, I do so many of these little pocket mucks, and I have about 10 different designs that I have in with the water jet company to save me some time, especially when it comes to jimping, because the water jet can cut all that in, and that saves you a lot of time as well. So a lot of benefits of water jet. And the downside of it is if you're doing a lot of customs and maybe different steels and maybe a little tweak to the handle on this one, or different pinhole sizes, or if you're doing, which I do a lot of that as well, you're not probably going to rely on the water jet for all those specific different things. It's really good for batch work, but if you want to do them in different types of steels and different stuff like that, it gets kind of annoying. So I think it's really good to have water jet service, but you need to know that you probably are going to have to cut out some blanks and do that kind of stuff as well. For me, you guys probably know by now, I like to keep everything in-house. I don't like to outsource anything. It just seems like the more you do that, the more problems you get. Water jet does take some time a lot of the times, to where you have to plan out. Maybe, for me, I plan out 6 months in advance on what I need cut, and then I kind of go from there. So if you're a little bit smaller maker, if you're not doing as much volume as I am, water jet might not be for you, but it's definitely an affordable option. A lot of times the CAD fee is wrapped into it as long as you're ordering a few. And check out Water Jet Knives on Instagram, or New Jersey Steel Baron does it as well. So that's at least who I recommend. So let's get into the next option. So I'm sure you guys have seen me use this in a bunch of the videos. The portable bandsaw on the Swag off-road work table is awesome. I use it every single day for cutting blanks, cutting scale material, cutting kydex, everything. And for many, many years, I cut every single blank out of this. Now, the good side of this is everything's cheap. You can buy these Harbor Freight bandsaws for super cheap. The table's cheap. Everything's affordable, and if you make knives, you should have one of these in your workshop pretty much no matter what. They're very versatile. And this one comes with, when you buy this table, you get this little foot pedal, and it's super controlled, safe, everything's good. If you're doing a lot of custom work, if you're doing smaller little batches, one knife of this design, it's definitely the way to go. Now, the downside of this is these blades are so annoying that they just don't last. I have tried probably 10 different brands, different TPIs, and especially when you get into doing Magna Cut steel or even tougher steel than that, you might only get a couple blanks out of one blade, which gets old really, really fast. Now, I've been buying 25 packs of blades, and I've tried to recommend ones I like, but I just find that they're just not great. These ones are Morse brand, and I think I bought a 25 pack of these ones a while ago, and these are 12-16 TPI, which ended up being a little too aggressive. And like I said, these burn up so fast to where if you're spending $7 or $8 a piece on blades, it's not super efficient, especially when you're doing Magna Cut. You get a lot more out of them when you're doing high carbon steel. It just doesn't seem to tear a blade up, doesn't create as much heat, and it just works better. I just picked up a pack of these DeWalt ones, which I haven't tried yet, but these are a 14-18 TPI, and you can see the teeth are a lot finer. I have a feeling those are gonna work a little bit better, but I don't know. I wish there was an option, and if you guys have a recommendation for me, I'd love to try it and find something that just lasts a little bit longer, because if you're cutting out Magna Cut, it's not the best way to go. Now, the third option is the angle grinder. I didn't use one of these for years. I used the Bandsaw, but lately getting into the higher end steels, I find that using this is more efficient than burning through bandsaw blades. I normally just buy the big 25 pack of cutoff wheels, and you burn through them fast, but they're so cheap it doesn't really matter. And it's kind of funny, recently this company, Graph, you can kind of see it on this one still, Graph Tools reached out to me and said that they make these diamond coated blades, and they sent me a few to try, and so far it's holding up really good. And I think these things cost like, don't quote me, but I think about 15 bucks a piece for these blades, which is very expensive compared to a normal cutoff wheel. But what I noticed while profiling a bunch of those blades that I showed you in the beginning is it doesn't put off that horrible smell and smoke that those regular cheap cutoff wheels do. And in a little shop like this with not a ton of ventilation, there's actually a lot of value in that, and being able to cut stuff out and not having it bog out the whole shop. So you can see here it is, metal cutting diamond blade. And this is what the giveaway is. I'm gonna send one of you guys this one. They sent me a couple of them to try out, and I thought I'll send one out. All you have to do is be subscribed to the channel and drop a comment in this video. Whatever it is, maybe something you wanna see in the future, maybe a project you're working on, whatever it is, just drop a comment below. I'll randomly select somebody to send one of these to them, and you can kind of see for yourself if it's better than a regular cutoff wheel or not. So far, I'm really, really impressed with it though. And it's made cutting out blanks a lot easier. So that's kind of, again, the third option for getting knives profiled. And then obviously once they're cut out, you go right to the 2x72 and shape them. There's not a whole lot to that. But I just wanted to talk about that quickly today, you guys. And hopefully maybe this will help you direct towards something else. Maybe you'll reach out to a water jet company. Maybe you'll say, man, I need to go back to the angle grinder. Whatever it is, hopefully this helped a little bit. And like always, guys, thank you for watching. Again, don't forget to put a comment below to win that, and have a good one.